And we're live.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we absolutely are. It says live.
Oh, now we are. All right. I was on a 7-second delay, and we're live.
It's a great opener. And we're live. No,
It
we're
didn't
not.
show it, and then finally it did 7 seconds in after
I
showing 0.
thought you were doing a bit.
But we are live.
And we're live.
To AEW Revolution predictions. Because a few hours ago I said, hey, AEW has a pay-per-view coming up, and we haven't talked about it yet. Let's talk about it. So I think it's only fair that these predictions are for bragging rights only, because unfortunately Austin can't be here. So
we're the original hosts, man. We do whatever we want.
That's true. But I did have an alternative. You guys are willing to hear.
Okay.
So we are next week doing an NXT draft.
Yeah.
Winner gets gets to choose their spot in the draft.
Okay.
Instead of randomizing it? Okay.
Well, no. They just get to pick their spot, and then the other two will do the
Well, that's what I mean. The winner doesn't have to randomize it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Cool. So maybe I'll be able to win one when I don't get to, because the NXT draft is what I wanted to do anyway. So
yeah,
we're good there. Hey, what are you doing in there, Jordan?
Code Red.
Nice.
That's what Amazing Red called one of his moves.
Hashtag not sponsored. But yes, we are here to talk AEW Revolution.
AEW. $35. AEW.
Right. But first, Jordan.
Hi.
Didn't you just watch a show that you wanted to mention real quick? Well, it doesn't have to be quick, but
no, it will be quick because I literally just started. I just want to give my initial reactions to Ring of Honor is now back. Kind of, it's back over at the Honor Club for $10. You can do the Honor Club gives you a bunch of archives. So if you're definitely into the archive aspect, definitely worth it. And now they have their weekly show every Thursday. They just premiered. It's a 2-hour episode. I wasn't sure how long these episodes are going to be, but this one was 2 hours. Just initial notes. Like I said, I won't go really into results or anything. The first match Mark Briscoe was in. Very apropos to start with Mark. Thought it was weird that it starts off very cold. Like, it starts off like, if you ever watch Dark or Elevation, it's literally just like, hey, here we are. Here's your match. Like, there's no like intro video. There was no like, there's nothing. It just literally was like, and here's Slim J walking into the ring. Like, that's how it starts. So I just thought that was weird. I thought maybe like, especially for first timers, maybe give me like a little intro.
A video package to kind of
like you've got talented people working for you. I'm sure someone could have made a video package. So I just thought that was kind of a weird choice here. And then unfortunately, like I figured it would once they made the announcement, it looks like AEW Dark just with different, banners, different video screen, different banners. I do love the Ring of Honor color screen. I think that red and black has always looked pretty sweet. So that's good. A lot of people, the roster is on 2 different. Zack Sabre Jr. is on the first episode, so that's pretty cool. He takes on Blake Christian, which I'm sure is a pretty cool match for the TV title of New Japan. So that's kind of the coolest thing. Otherwise, it's pretty much everyone you've seen either on Dynamite or even more so on Dark and Elevation. So, like I said, I'm interested. I love Ring of Honor. I kind of liked it more as an indie than now it feels like a TNA and an AEW Dark now. So don't love it, but definitely going to watch it, at least this first month, obviously, and see where I go from there. So kind of lukewarm on the premiere, at least from what I've seen so far. This is kind of because it's kind of what I was fearing. It's a lot of people we've seen, not a lot of original people or exclusive people, and the design is very much AEW Dark.
I suppose as it goes along, there'll probably be more people that will just be exclusive. Maybe people will be more exclusive to one brand than the other.
We'll see. I mean, you do have guys like, we haven't seen a lot of Blake Christian and like Tony Deppin's taking on Samoa Joe next week. We haven't seen really Deppin a lot. So
yeah, and then they did do an angle on Dynamite where Eddie Kingston quit AEW. So
wait, when did that happen? Kingston quit AEW when?
Like it was like after that. It was on the internet. It was like it was like after
Sure, on YouTube.
On YouTube. So, okay. But I think it's just so he can spend more time in Ring of Honor now.
Yeah, he is one of. I don't know if he's on this episode, but yeah, I've seen him in a graphic, so yeah, he'll be in Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Which is weird that he would have to quit AEW to show up in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, that's very troublesome in a couple of ways. You know what I mean? Because it's very obvious that like Tony Khan owns it. Like they don't shy away from that. So screw you, Tony. I'm going to your other company, Tony.
Yeah.
I don't want to work for you here, but I don't mind working for you here.
Even though you're taping right before, I really could do both. But I'm not showing up the dock. I don't want to do the building.
I don't want 2 paychecks. I only want 1 paycheck.
Until you put up the new banners, I'm not entering. Yonkers, blah blah. Sorry, that's horrible. Can we get that?
Yeah, we'll edit that.
Thank you.
Oh, great.
Even the dogs like, come on.
The dogs are like, come on, get better banners.
I do like the banners though. Like I said, that color scheme is. I like it.
All right.
The best part of my review is me going color scheme.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I will be checking it out for sure.
Yeah, like I said, I still got to finish it, so we'll see. Maybe we'll see where it is. You know, especially after the pay-per-view. You know, I hope they kind of get outside of that Universal personally.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a one-off thing. I don't know. I'm all just a couple thing. It feels like they're doing the Impact thing where they film a whole batch of episodes at once.
Yeah, which is cost effective. It does make sense on paper. That's why, like, I was even a lot of people, including me, were like, this is probably what they're gonna do. Is just instead of just a dark taping, you get Ring of Honor, and that's exactly what they did. They taped dark either before or after it when they actually filmed it.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's jump into these predictions. Revolution, we've got 8 matches scheduled, even though one of them is going to be an hour long. So buckle in because it could be a long show. But the first match that we got will be Chris Jericho taking on Ricky Starks, where the Jericho Appreciation Society is banned from ringside. Jordan, what are your thoughts on this one?
I thought it was very weird how they got to it, by the way. If anyone saw that Dynamite, we're like, you kind of want the match. Well, no, I want the match. It was very Looney Tunes, rabbit season, duck season.
Yeah.
Didn't love it, and I was there live for it, too. It's where I bought this $35 hat. But anyway, so yeah, I just thought that was kind of wacky. And it is kind of funny, too. Like, what does Ricky Starks have to prove? Why does he want this so bad? Like, he beat him. So it is kind of also just kind of from that aspect. But anyway, as far as prediction wise, I'm just gonna go with the simple idea of Ricky got him once. Some shenanigans gonna happen. Jericho's gonna get it this time. I'm gonna go with Jericho.
All right, Richie.
And I thought the way to get to the match, because like that whole storyline was like, oh, okay, you got to get through the JS, and then if you get through JS, you get to wrestle Chris Jericho. And he didn't even get through JS. It's okay, he lost. But we're still gonna go. We're still gonna do Jericho versus Ricky Starks anyway. I'm like, okay, cool. That's a weird way to get there. If it was WWE, I would say okay, Jericho will get his win back. But I think they want to. I think Jericho is kind of in that stage where he's sort of taking more pins in lately, and I think he wants to kind of make more of a star at Ricky Starks. So I'll go Ricky Starks.
I agree. I wrote the wrong name down for you because I was writing my prediction down. Because I agree with you that he wants to make a star out of Ricky Starks, but I believe you can do that still by having Jericho win this, and then this continues it, evens it up, and then you do it maybe a match with a stipulation down the line, kind of like the Orange Cassidy feud. But yeah, I agree with JPO that it's very weird how we got here. Very very weird booking. But yeah, I think Jericho evens it up, and then we get the rubber match down the line where Ricky will come out on top. So What's our
Yeah, also going along with that logic too. Yeah, like you said, we got plenty of Dynamites, we got plenty of Rampages. This, I think, it will be step 2 of 3. You know what I mean? We can get it in the end, but now is to give Jericho that rub back. You know.
All right, we got the Women's World Championship. The champion Jamie Hayter taking on Saraya and Ruby Soho. Richie, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it's kind of weird how they got here too. Because I mean, if you want to, go into ranking, Saraya hasn't really wrestled a lot, so I don't know how she gets on contender spot.
She's 2-0 in singles. That's all she needs.
But yeah, I guess they're doing a thing where obviously, where does Ruby Soho's Allegiance lie? She's going to be with the AEW Originals or the, I guess what the New Blood or whatever. I feel like they might be going towards a kind of maybe a Woman's Blood and Guts or something, or a War Games kind of feel with that. But I don't know. I feel like maybe, but yeah, I feel like maybe Ruby will. I don't know. I don't think it will result in a title change here. I think Jamie Hayter will win, but yeah, we might see some more storyline development with that. But yeah, I think Jamie Hayter will win because I don't think it's time to take the title off her yet.
Yeah, I agree completely. I'm also taking Jamie Hayter. I think everything you said is spot on. And yeah, I'm not loving her reign so far. I'm liking it, but I'm not loving it. And so I think she needs that big victory. I don't know if you would call this a big victory, but it's, on pay-per-view against two. Well, I don't know. Saraya's doing good, but Ruby Soho's a great worker. I enjoy her in-ring work, and so this could be a really good match. But yeah, I don't think it's time for Jamie to drop it. I don't think these two are quite there as far as holding the championship yet. Ruby could get there, Saraya could get there, but not yet. Jordan, what do you think?
So Avery's pick is Saraya, but that's just that's him.
Come on, kitty.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of follow you to a large degree here. I think Jamie's gonna retain it. I think it's a big opportunity to kind of add to her reign a little bit here. And I think also borrowing a little bit from Richie too. I think we're not done with this whole like, oh geez, and new girls, blah blah blah, kind of thing. So I could see maybe Jamie getting the pin on Ruby, and that's setting Ruby up to be like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna join Saraya then, and Tony, because I'm a WWE girl too, and I'm taking over. So I could see this maybe pissing off Ruby. So yeah, let's give Jamie a nice win here.
All right, so we are all agreeing on that one. All right, the rematch everybody asked for. Samoa Joe and Wardlow for the TNT title, and the winner of this will have Hobbs waiting for him. So that would be another interesting big man match. But yeah, Samoa Joe and Wardlow. I'll be honest, really haven't kept up with this. So I'll go Wardlow because Samoa Joe still has another title that he can hold. JP, what do you think?
I really kind of wanted to almost cheat and read those Ring of Honor spoilers because I wonder if Joe came out with the the TNT title for his match next week on Ring of Honor, because I feel like that might be a clue as to whether or not he wins this match. So I'm gonna give it to Wardlow as well. Joe's not even on TV all that much. I mean, I think like we saw him for the first time this week, and like he didn't even wrestle. So I kind of feel like let's give it back to Wardlow. This one I'm actually quite torn on, but yeah, I'm gonna give it to Wardlow. They do also this is kind of to me like the flip floppy title to a degree as well. You know what I mean? We've seen Guevara and Sky and a couple people, Cody, all have multiple reigns. So I'll say Wardlow gets it back.
Remember when I feel like the face of the Revolution match used to be like kind of like Money in the Bank. I thought it was like meant to be like you could get a shot at anything. You know, I thought like Brian Cage went on 1 year and he got a title shot at John Moxley thing, and it's like no, now you get to get the shot at the TNT title, mate. The TNT title gets defended every week. Just wait.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. You probably could have just all 8 of you probably could have just been like, "Can I? Cool, okay, cool."
Yeah. And can we make like a bit better thing to grab from that top of the ladder? It looks like a hemorrhoid ring. This
was the Sonic the Hedgehog ring.
I also enjoyed they needed like 7 refs to make sure Will Hobbs didn't like break his ass on that ladder. Will, grab another ladder. Just get another ladder. Wasn't there like 7 at ringside?
You couldn't you couldn't shoot up, like you couldn't, I don't know, make it look like you had to shoot the referees. Anyway, but yeah, I actually don't think. I mean, I don't think Samoa Joe is meant to be. I think Darby Allin wanted time off. That's why they put the to do other projects. That's why they put the title back on Samoa Joe. So I think Samoa Joe's going to have a short title run, and I don't think they're going to do heel versus heel with Will Hobbs. So I don't refuse to call him Powerhouse Hobbs because I don't think it's a stupid name. Yeah, I think Wardlow takes it here, but I think he actually has. I think him himself has a short run because I think Powerhouse. Oh, I just said I wouldn't call him Powerhouse Hobbs, and I did. I think Will Hobbs.
That's how they call him. I don't think they call him Will anymore. So you're just being the company guy.
I get it. I think Hobbs actually beats Wardlow. I think it's going to be flip floppy for a bit of a while. I think Hobbs goes on a decent run, so I'm going to go Wardlow, and then Hobbs will beat him next week.
See, I'm almost tempted now to go Joe because that is true. Hobbs, I think, might be in line, and I can see them doing heel versus heel. I don't take that out of contention.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Wardlow though.
Yeah, I am too. I'm just saying I can see either way.
Yeah. All right, another rematch. A death match between Hangman Adam Page and Jon Moxley. JPO, what are your thoughts on this one?
First of all, I do enjoy your setup there. That's almost why I'm not totally over the moon for this pay-per-view because it does feel like I've seen it. It'll probably be good, but I've seen it in
WrestleMania Backlash.
Kinda, man, kinda, and for them still being $50 pay-per-views, I don't know if I'm that gung-ho to throw that down for this one. But I don't know. We'll talk about a loophole when we're off air so I don't sound shitty. Jon Moxley versus Hangman. Man, I gotta go first because this is another one where I'm kind of up in the air as to like who goes where. I'm gonna give it to Hangman. I feel like Moxley has looked strong enough in the last year, and if you want to also maybe borrow the logic of MJF's next feud, it's not gonna be Moxley again. Could be Hangman. So, suppose that's where I'm gonna go for that match. But I'm gonna say Hangman takes this.
Yeah, Richie.
Yeah. By the way, it looks obvious. I mean, I don't know where against Paul's wrong. I don't know if like Bryan Danielson will address this, but it looks like Blackpool Combat Club are going heels.
That was a shithole move on Wednesday. They attacked whatever team in the Battle
Dark
Royal.
Order, and then and then last week when he wouldn't let the choke go on Evil Uno, that's pretty heelish. I think
that's straight up dick heel. Yeah.
Yeah, the only one that's not heel is Bryan Danielson. He's going to have to address that.
John was with me.
But I actually do see maybe Hangman being then maybe the next challenger. I could that makes sense. So I think he needs some momentum. And I think like Moxley is a guy that can afford the loss. I think it'll be a great match. So I do like how he goes. This is going to be personal at another. So the nature of Texas Deathmatch, I think it should be personal. You know what I mean? I never had a friendly Texas Deathmatch. Let's have a friendly.
Hey, buddy, I'm gonna kill you Sunday. Pal.
Nothing.
Can't wait.
No hard feelings.
You got the barbed wire, pal? I sure do, friend.
Again.
Yeah. So I'll go Hangman.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go Hangman. I'm. Sorry, yawn. That's great. We'll do this live.
And
I'm we're I'm also been dealing with a sickness all week.
I know. I feel like this cough's going to block me from going to Creed tomorrow. I hate it because I don't want to be that douchey theater goer. So if I'm still coughing, I'll stay home.
But yeah, I think did Moxley ever get his vacation? Does he still need some time off?
That was a fun early. I did enjoy his promo on Wednesday though, like just dripping. I'm glad the camera guy went, damn, look at that floor.
So yeah, I'm gonna go Hangman. I can agree that maybe he's MJF's next challenger. Spoilers for where I'm gonna go also. But yeah, I mean, hopefully the Texas Death Match lives up to it. Although Moxley doesn't need a Texas Death Match to bleed. You can just put him in a regular match for that. Maybe if he just gets like an intense promo, he'll start bleeding.
Dude, Flair got to the point where Flair was doing that. Flair would be like, "Let me take her, someone take her," and he'd be like bleeding in his promo. I'm like, Jesus, Flair, save it.
He'd be like Sandman, just bleed before the match.
Yeah, just bangs himself with a beer can. But yeah, no, we're all agreeing. I mean, that's 3 in a row where this is the Royal Rumble all over again.
You're the smart, lonely Mars.
All right, what's that next match, JPO?
Real quick, too, though, those are the best promos. I've done that in indie events where I'm like, dude, you're bleeding buckets. Do a promo. Like, now's the time to do a promo. Like, I love those promos.
Cool. I'm actually looking forward to this match.
Yeah, this almost sells me on the pay-per-view alone. Like, this might get me to buy it. We have the Elite taking on House of Black for the Trios Championship. Richie, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is like cool. A match that's not a rematch. A match that I'm looking forward to. A match I thought was going to happen eventually. Because I am definitely looking forward to this match. I think it's going to be great. I'm sure it's not going to be it's not going to be the only match these guys have. I think it's going to be a banger. I think it's too early for the Elite to lose the Trios Championship, so I will go the Elite, but it's going to be great.
Yeah, I think this is going to be your match of the night. I'm calling it. I'm predicting it. I think I'm loving that House of Black is getting a title opportunity. I thought at least a tag team title opportunity before the trios would have been nice, but it's glad that I'm glad they're finally getting it. I don't know if it's too early for the Elite to drop it, but I don't see them dropping it yet. AEW kind of likes these, except for the TNT title. Kind of likes doing these longer reigns, and so I see a House of Black eventually taking it. Just not at Revolution. So
that being said, I don't really kind of see that a trios that could beat them at the moment, but like other than House of Black. So I see them being the team to beat them eventually, just not now.
Yeah. Jordan, what do you think?
And the streak is broken. I'm going to go with House of Black. I'm going to say they take it because, I don't know, I always look at a pay-per-view and I go, well, we just said that for Jamie. I'm probably, spoilers, going to say that for the Guns. I think if you know what I mean? I'm kind of thinking like, I think there's a title change. I think to me, this is the number one title change you could have. House of Black are such badasses. Seal the deal. Keep them badasses that are almost undefeatable. And we don't know yet. You said lengthy reigns. We don't really know how they view the trios titles because, they're still pretty new. You know what I mean? Like, they lost them quickly because of the whole CM Punk thing. And then, Pac and Lucha Dragons had them for a little bit, but not that long before the Elite took them back. So Lucha Dragons, yeah, that's right. Fucking Lucha Bros. Lucha, not Kalisto and whatever. Sin Cara. Wrong Lucha people. So I could see it, and they've also had a lot of TV defenses. So it's not like the Elite had a bad reign if it were to end. So yeah, I kind of just, I definitely could see it going either way. I'm not confident, but like I'm gonna go ahead and give it to House of Black. I think seal the deal, give us a title change. To me, I think this is the number one kind of title change we could see.
All right, well. This would be the second title change of the night because we all did pick Wardlow to regain the.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that when I made my spiel, did I? So then we need 2 title changes. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, I get what you're saying. Like, you think like if you had to put one as your top, like this is the title that's going to change, you would go this one before the TNT title. I hear what you're saying.
I'm not sure that's what I meant because I think I might have forgotten about the other title match. But yeah, that's what I meant, Jacob. You're good.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're
read me
putting
better
down.
than I read me.
Yeah. I mean, you should have just let me go with it and stopped it. But it's fine.
You know what? I like to keep it honest. And I couldn't find one with Orange and Danhausen, so that's Orange and Danhausen.
Yes.
in the Invisible.
Orange and Danhausen, who won a Battle Royal? Yeah, Battle Royal.
Yeah, well, first there was the regular Battle Royal that I was there, and then last was the Casino Battle Royal, which is it's a Royal Rumble Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Which actually real quick, just to get nerdy with you guys, Casino Battle Royal, didn't they used to do like groups at a time, like multiple, like this was just straight up a Royal Rumble, like this was just straight up.
It was just a Royal Rumble.
They already changed their gimmick, so just fucking call it a Gauntlet Battle Royal then. Whatever.
And like a Royal Rumble, they just sort of just randomly came out at like they weren't like at 30 whatever intervals, or just like it felt
they
like
claimed to, but they definitely played with that because, for instance, they didn't have another entrance at one point after the commercial break, and I'm like, well, commercial break's 3 minutes, so you're already fucking with your time. So yeah, they definitely did it kind of when the spot was right. Yeah. And also, just on a side note, I don't like who they picked. Cassidy has a belt. I think they should have won with a more serious team that we could really realistically see taking these titles, because I really don't want nor see Danhausen and Cassidy having a chance here. So
yeah,
not happy with that personally.
I go with Butcher and Blade. Why not?
Butcher and Blade, top flight could have been great in this. If you want to go with another face team, because we got 2 heels, so I would have went maybe face, but like. Best friends. I bet you Chuck and Trent were probably fine.
I know they did a storyline reason, or they got taken out, but like storyline reason would have made sense. Just best friends to win. Just have best friends. Just to do that storyline reason.
Because I bet you they are fine. That was probably just so they could put Orange on the pay-per-view. Is my guess. If I'm wrong, then maybe who knows. But
I bet you they're fine. A championship match on the pay-per-view.
He has a title he can defend. If you want him on the put him on the buy-in or whatever.
Which I'm sure we'll get a buy-in too. We have no idea what's on that yet.
So. Yeah, no buy-in matches announced as of now. Yeah. But Rampage is still tomorrow, so who knows? Something could get added. And if it does, we'll add them to the predictions.
Yeah, we'll talk in the chat and then.
Yeah. But so it's the Guns, your defending champions, taking on the Acclaimed, Lethal and Jarrett, and the winners of the Casino Tag Team Battle Royal. Orangehausen.
There you go.
I feel like that's any tag team with Danhausen. You just the other guy. Hausen.
Oh, absolutely.
It makes it easy.
Yeah, Jorhausen. Yeah, if I tagged with him.
Yeah, when I tag with him, Barbara Hausen.
There you go.
Barbara Hausen.
Nemo Hausen.
Remember when Danhausen, a couple months ago, came out as like evil Danhausen and kicked ass? Yeah, remember that? And they didn't do that again.
Oh, I could see that. I could see that on Sunday.
But yeah, they didn't do that again. I'm like, why don't you just have evil Hausen all the time? Because it's like
no. Hard disagree on that. Hard disagree. Okay. We love Danhausen as Danhausen, and that should be like your that's his demon, baby. That's his Finn Balor demon. That's I'm pissed and I'm grabbing my teeth and I'm gonna shove them down your throat. That should be a special.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, this one, I think it comes down to the Guns and the Acclaimed. I don't see them giving Jeff Jarrett. I don't think at this point in his career Jeff Jarrett needs a title. I would love to see Jay Lethal win a title, but maybe not with Jeff Jarrett. Maybe an All Atlantic or an ROH title at some point. Orange Cassidy already has one, and while I think Danhausen is very entertaining, he's not right now for me. I don't see him being a champion, putting a belt on him. I don't know. It'd be fun, but I think they made a mistake putting the titles on the Guns. I thought that was a terrible booking decision. You could hear it in the crowd after they won. The crowd went mild. I think hopefully Tony Khan is like
everybody loves the Acclaim.
This could be, like
I did almost buy foam scissors, and then I was like, "What the fuck am I gonna do with those?" Like I was being honest with myself. I was very close though.
yeah. So this might be hard overhead. It might even be both. I don't know, but I'm going with the Acclaimed. I want them to get the titles back.
Hey,
Jordan, what do you
yo,
think?
listen, listen. You know what's weird? My heart's actually saying between the Guns and Jared and Lethal. I really think there is a world where they go. You know what? let's really get some heat. We already got it from the Guns. Let's put a title on Jeff Jarrett in 2023.
Hey, if Lita could win a title in 2023.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What a year we've had so far with tag titles. Yeah, not predicting that.
I mean, if Tyrus can be the NWA World Champion in 2020.
We lived in a world where the Miz was WWE.
He brings that shit on TV. Like you'll see him in like analysts on the Fox or whatever, and being like, "Well, I think about the climate change," and like he sold him the NWA title. Again, I'm just gonna go with the logic of listen. Was it the exact right time to put the title on the Guns? Arguably not, but they did it. I think we'd be pretty bad to go, you know what? Yeah, we did fuck up so quickly. Give it a little bit of time. I could see it being definitely a shorter reign that will end on TV soonish. But I think you gotta at least give them something. So I'm gonna say the Guns take it. I think Jared Lethal's possibility. I think Acclaimed is an outside chance, but I think this is a kind of a perfect match too, where I don't know if it's one fall to a finish or if it's elimination, but it's a good match to where the Guns can kind of get that sneaky, shitty victory because it's a 4-way, same as a 3-way. So, and Orange and Danhausen that truly just feels like, well, we like them. Let's put them on the show, kind of thing.
Yeah. Richie?
Well, if there's one fall to a finish, I know why Danhausen's there then to take the bit. But
good point too. Yeah, if it is one fall to a finish, that is your boy.
I'll go with the Guns here, and I'll have a bit more of a wrinkle. I think the Guns win, and I think Daddy Gunn turns on the Acclaimed. I think
you shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Stop that.
We predicted it, or I predicted it during the first title match. So maybe now it is. Yeah, maybe.
No, stop it, you guys.
So yeah, I think the Guns.
Stop making sense.
You broke my heart, daddy ass.
I wouldn't even know who you. Oh, that's a different. All right, what's next?
Hold on, Jacob. I have a question.
What?
You said there was 8 matches?
Yeah.
What's the other one besides the world title? I don't have that.
Oh, okay. So I think this one must have just been added yesterday. It's a Christian
versus Jungle Boy.
Oh, that's right.
Jungle Boy. No holds barred. So yeah, it must have just been added because I was just going by the Wikipedia page because Wikipedia is my source for everything. Real quick before we move on, it would be hilarious to see Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal winning tag team belts. It would not be hilarious to see Jay Lethal win a tag team belt because he is a fantastic wrestler. It would be hilarious to see Jeff Jarrett win a title in 2023. But yeah, no, Christian Cage, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, as JR likes to call him.
I think that's his actual name now.
Oh yeah. I think JR is the only one to call him Jack Perry.
Yeah, I feel like they might have just given up. They might have just given up and go, let's just call him Jungle Boy Jack Perry because JR just keeps calling him out.
So, but speaking of Jungle Boy, there's a guy I wouldn't mind seeing challenge MJF for the title. Jordan, what are your thoughts on Jungle Boy and Christian Cage?
Yes, within the match we've been kind of waiting for a while here. The last one we had was pretty short. Hold on too. I wanted to do something for the show. Let's since that's not the match graphic. All right, here. I put a lot of work into this. If you could show the screen, I made a custom match graphic. All right, AEW Jack Perry versus Christian Cage. So, just so the fans at home, I don't want to leave any match behind.
Well, I don't know, but because I wasn't sure if you could pull the graphics up, but with this much notice, but you did, which was fantastic.
I did. So AEW,
I did have these on standby.
Oh, okay. Oh, I feel like
Yours is better.
Have you ever thought about going to graphic design?
I was gonna say AEW if you're looking for an intern, a new hire. Tony,
where are our thumbnails?
They're coming.
I think these should be our thumbnails. Just whatever our topic is, you write it in paint.
Aesthetic.
But anyway, what are your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, so the match we're finally getting here. Unless again they're going with a rematch of some sorts. Because did you say this was no DQ?
No holds barred. Yeah,
that's right. They did say that. I actually remember that now that you said that. So I'm gonna go Jack Perry. I think also too he's been alluding that like he wants a title, and if you want to again use that kind of fast forward logic of maybe Hobbs getting the TNT title, that could be a good feud. So, I don't know, or even Jack Perry versus MJF could be a good like TV feud till MJF's next thing, or even pay per view. Not necessarily saying not for that. So I think this is that big Jack Perry win. Christian kind of had the best of him in that short match they had. Sending Luchasaurus after him. Hey, what the fuck happened to Luchasaurus? And so let's go. I'm gonna say Jack Perry finally gets it.
Yeah, Richie.
You can share your graphic, I guess, if you want to check
it. By the way, Christian's so good at being a heel. Like he's just his heel promos are fucking great. He's so I don't know. Like he's decent at babyface, but I think he's just at home being a heel. It's kind of like Edge in my opinion. I kind of agree. Which is annoying when it comes to predictions because we should.
I think we have enough differences where something will happen.
Yeah. But I think Jack Perry's actually lifted his game, especially with promos. I think he's gotten a lot better at promos. I think.
I'd say kudos to him. I feel like he has gotten better.
Yeah, I think like working with Christian, who is obviously a great all-rounder, kind of has helped that with his game. Like you mentioned that Jack Perry could be a good challenger for MJF down the line. I agree. I think. Jack Perry probably kind of needs to win more than Christian. I think Christian's sort of there to help put guys over. So not that he couldn't get a great win here and there, but so I'll go Jack Perry as well.
Yeah, I'll keep this short and sweet. I'm just gonna follow suit. Yeah, I think Jungle Boy needs to win. Christian doesn't. Simple as that.
Yeah, true. And I'm also, again, using that fast-forward logic, too, of, like, if MJF wins, if the Guns retain, we need a really, like, solid babyface win. And that's the pop babyface win.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to count Wardlow.
Yeah, but I feel like the real pop, even if that happens, and I didn't forget this time. I remembered him. But I just do feel like that will be pop of the night as far as, like, a babyface win. Even more than Wardlow winning a title, I think. Jack Perry winning a no DQ match against Christian, I think we'll get an even bigger power.
Oh yeah.
Also, just, unfortunately, due to how they handled his first TNT title run, Wardlow kind of cooled off.
No, he did, man, because he disappeared.
Yeah.
All right, your main event of the evening, a 60-minute Iron Man match. MJF, your world champion, taking on Bryan Danielson. Richie, what are your thoughts on this one?
It's interesting. I guess it's like maybe so the showcase is to show that that MJF can wrestle. Obviously, and I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Obviously, we were talking about like if it was gonna be an Iron Man match, you would want Bryan Danielson in the ring with someone else. But MJF surprised me. He's a good wrestler. He's just not like the guy I would think of when you think of like a kind of a technical kind of guy. I would think maybe Bryan Danielson and it was like Bryan Danielson and like Zack Sabre Jr. I remember actually, oh fuck yeah, or something like that. But yeah, I'm sure this will be good. And it will surprise me, but yeah, I'm not expecting Bryan Danielson to win at all. He might hold the title a bit one day before he hangs it up. I don't think of it now. I'll go. Do you want anything to eat? I'm all good.
$1:30.
Yeah.
I'll take a ham sandwich.
Sorry.
Salami or the mayo.
Yeah, but I'll go. I think MJF's going to win. It'd be very surprising, all that build to MJF winning, and then he just loses now. So I think it'll. Yeah, I don't know how he'll win. Probably by shenanigans, but yes, MJF.
Yeah, I'm a huge Bryan Danielson fan. That's the hometown guy there. Well, almost hometown. He's like 45 minutes away from where I live. But this seems like a very weird first big title match. Because obviously MJF had the defense. He had the one against Ricky Starks, and then I don't know if he's had another one besides that. I can't remember. But yeah, it's like I don't get the decision to go with a 60-minute Iron Man match. I don't mind that it's Bryan Danielson being his first big challenger, because you want to make your champ look strong, and I think Bryan Danielson can do that. But I don't think it needs the Iron Man match stipulation, not yet.
Starks was his only defense.
Okay. So the Iron Man match decision, whatever. But so yeah, I think MJF takes it. I mean, the way we've been talking through our predictions, I don't think it's a surprise to anyone that we're going MJF. I think it'll be a good match. I don't think it's going to be one of those all-time Iron Man matches that we remember, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how some of the falls happen. Does MJF use the ring? Does Bryan refuse to let go when he's on the ropes to gain an advantage? So I am always curious to see how the falls happen. I don't like when an Iron Man match is just, all right, pin, all right, another pin, all right, now submission. I don't know. It seems like that. There's when the DQs and the stuff it can make sense with the story the match is trying to tell. But
I guarantee you there'll be I guarantee there'll be a spot where he purposely gets DQ'd to get a couple of pins. There will be a spot like that. Yes,
for sure. Can't put that past MJF. So, Jordan, your thoughts?
Yeah. Excuse me. So yeah, as a background of the match, yeah, it's not the match I necessarily wanted for a pay-per-view. I mean, I like when people can go an hour. We've seen Danielson do it in AEW. Hell, if you're a Ring of Honor fan, him and Austin Aries went over 70-something one time. But yeah, just for a pay-per-view, I kind of know. Either A, give me a shorter pay-per-view, or B, give me more matches. That's kind of how I feel. I actually initially, it's funny, when they were setting this up, I remember going, I hope Danielson doesn't get his way, which is not how you should feel about the babyface. It's like, no, MJF, win this part, and then give him a pity match, a normal match. But yeah, we'll see. I think unfortunately I think it'll be good. I think there might be some boring and MJF dragging it out spots to get that heat. And I definitely agree with Richie. I think he's definitely going to pull the kind of, who was it, Brock and Angle, where he gets disqualified with a chair or the brass knucks on purpose, so that way he can just pick him back up and hit whatever for a pinfall or two. So yeah, I do I'm interested in how they're going to pull it off here. And yeah, I do think, again, just because I don't think we're done with MJF. I think Danielson could someday be champion again. I think it's definitely in the possibility. But again, I'm going to go with that simple logic of it's not yet, baby. Not yet. MJF's not done. So MJF retaining.
All right, there we go. We're all agreeing again. A couple differences though, so there will definitely be a winner for the predictions come Sunday. Before we go, I just want to address the chat real quick. Most underrated Iron Man match of all time.
I have a weird hot take on that. If you're saying underrated, then Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, because I feel like people shit on that match now.
They do now.
And I'm like, it's still a good match. I can see with a great, maybe because I'm also a sucker for the ending. So yeah, that's my take for underrated, because now people feel like they're like, this was the most boring match of all. And I'm like, it's still good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I guess
I'm trying to think like what's underrated.
maybe Rock and Triple H but like I had issues with it. But like like the finish was a bit stuffed up because they stuffed up the timing. But at the end, it's still fun.
Hey, I'm Slim J.
Yeah, I might go. It's been a while because I remember really liking it, and then it's kind of been forgotten. I had to actually go look it up. I was like, was that Great Balls of Fire, 2017? Cesaro and Sheamus and the Hardys in a 30-minute Iron Man match.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure.
So I really now I might actually go back and rewatch it now that
I don't know if it's totally underrated, but maybe underrated the fact that it doesn't get talked about. So yeah, I like it.
Underrated, underseen,
Also, you guys didn't laugh at my Slim J joke.
Yeah. Because I wasn't looking at the screen. So funny, JP.
Thank you.
You should be a comedian.
Thank you,
Slim J. Get it now.
I'm more of a giggle cottage kind of guy.
I have no idea what.
What? Oh, yeah. No, that's a good shout.
Yeah, well, dude, Shawn Michaels, come on.
I forgot about that one. So, yep, these are our predictions. As we said at the beginning, the winner of these predictions will get to choose their spot in the draft when we do our NXT draft next week. Doing 2012 to 2015, so it's like the start of the NXT post-game show era to like the beginning.
If you can, I'll try to get a master list today or tomorrow if you guys want one.
Yeah,
because I can kind of remember, but
probably hard to find. Yeah, because I'm hard pressed to find like the people in that era. I have to guess.
If any of you take you guys know from me,
no doubt. Hey, you know what? For that time frame, especially if you're using that mind frame, like he's a good fit.
Yeah, he was one of the main dudes. Yeah, he was a big.
Yeah. So if any of you take him from me,
any of you take. Was Lucky Cannon still a guy at that point?
No, I think he got released out, but just before.
Okay, never mind.
I was like, do we include the game show era? But then it's like you got like some big names in there too, like
Eli Cottonwood,
Daniel Bryan.
Oh, we could do. Well, no, there's not enough of a pool. Maybe for the three of us, we do like a 3-match card, just the game show contestants.
I mean, they did what 4 or 5? Yeah, because they did 4 or 5 seasons.
Well, they did 5, but the 5 is basically people that you've seen already, and the 3 is the girls. So really, you only had like 3 seasons.
Yeah, so you got what? Was it 8 each?
7 or 8, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do like a takeover card of like 5 matches.
I felt bad for the girls there because the whole kind of crux of that show was like that show sucked. Like the announcers buried the show, was saying that this show sucked. Why are we watching? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll need to talk. We'll talk off air, but we'll need to decide how many picks. Because if we want to do it like just a normal card, we could do it. But if we wanted to do it like we were building a takeover, then we would only need to get enough for 5 or 6 matches.
Hold on.
So that'll be something to talk about. But that'll be next week. NXT draft. JPO, you got anything else going on in the near future?
Stuff, man. The Pierce Co. Follow it. Movie stuff. Pierce Wrestling stuff. If you're in Arizona, the next 2 Saturdays, not this one. But the 11th and 18th, if you're anywhere near Tucson, you can find me live.
Cool.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say do it. Never mind. Richie.
Street corner.
Yeah. Always.
Find me. Tournament fights, tier rank, combat wrestling trivia, lights out trivia. I made my debut yesterday. Did pretty well in the final. So with this guy,
you're going down, Richie.
So yeah, got that going. And I got my own Tui podcast. So check that out. Tell them they're streaming on YouTube on Tuesdays. So check that out. And yeah.
Absolutely. And you can catch me here whenever doing tier ranker tournament fights, this show, a podcast about movies, and Who knows what else I'll do? Where else? I
thought you were gonna do the Orange Cassidy intro. You can find me doing whatever and whatever.
Whatever, whenever, however, whyever, whoever.
Ooh.
Oh.
Welcome to Lonely Marks After Dark.
That was weird. I'm just gonna end it now, guys.
No.
No, for Jordan, for Richie,
Hi.
I'm
Jordan.
Jacob. This has been our AEW Revolution predictions. We'll see who comes out on top on Sunday. Let us know in the comments what your predictions are and see if you can beat us. Well, see if you can beat me.
Then you'll
Not
get
hard.
dibs on the NXT. That's not how that works.
It's not that hard to beat me. But yeah, catch us next week. So until then, be good people.
Or don't. We can't.